This is a brief tutorial on the basic setup process for Eniture Technology's LTL Freight Quotes plugin for WooCommerce. It is germane to the collection of plugins that are for third-party logistics providers, or 3PLs, as opposed to those that are for asset-based LTL freight providers. At the conclusion of the tutorial, a brief demonstration will be presented, showcasing LTL Freight Quotes on the WooCommerce checkout page. This video is not a substitute for the user's guide, which is located on the Documentation tab of the Product Information page at Eniture.com. Refer to the user's guide to take full advantage of the plugin's extensive capabilities. Begin by obtaining an API key for the plugin and installing it on your store. Go to Eniture.com, navigate to Products, WooCommerce, and click on the badge for the plugin. Click the Free Trial button or a button for one of the paid plans that appear on the Features tab. After you register, you'll receive an email with your plugin API key. You'll also gain access to the Eniture Technology customer portal, where you can retrieve and manage your API key and download the plugin installation file. Download the plugin installation file. Use the WordPress admin menu to navigate to Plugins, Add New Plugin. Click the Upload Plugin button. Choose the plugin installation file, and then click the Install Now button. Afterward, click the link to activate the plugin. You can also install the plugin from the WordPress plugin directory. To do so, instead of clicking the Upload Plugin button, search for the plugin by name, and then click the Install Now button. If you install the plugin from the WordPress plugin directory, you will still need to follow the steps to obtain the plugin API key. Obtain the API credentials required to connect the plugin to your account. Consult the plugin's user's guide for instructions for your 3PL. After the API credentials are in your possession, use the WordPress admin menu to navigate to WooCommerce Settings. Click on the tab for the plugin. The Connection Settings page should be active in your browser window. If not, click Connection Settings in the plugin's navigation menu. This is where you'll connect the plugin to your 3PL account. Enter the credentials, save the settings, and then test the connection. If you don't see an alert verifying that the test was successful, then the plugin is not connected to your account. Resolve this before continuing. Click on Carriers in the plugin's navigation menu. The Carriers page is where to identify which carriers to process from the 3PL's API responses. You should enable all the carriers to take full advantage of what the 3PL has to offer. However, if there is a certain carrier that you simply don't want to do business with, disable it before scrolling to the bottom of the page and clicking the Save Changes button. Next, click on the Quote Settings link. The Quote Settings page contains the settings that govern the plugin's behavior. There are numerous settings, and the user's guide should be consulted carefully while making the selections. This tutorial will keep it simple. Choose a rating method of cheapest options and select 2 for the number of options. Scroll down to the liftgate settings and enable Offer Liftgate Delivery as an option. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click Save Changes. Next, click the link for warehouses. The plugin supports 2 types of shipping origins, warehouses and dropship locations. These are discussed fully in the user's guide. For the purpose of this tutorial, add a warehouse. Enter the warehouse's postal code. The city and state should populate automatically. If there are options, select the correct one from the drop-down. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click Save. Add the plugin to a shipping zone. Use the WordPress admin menu to navigate to WooCommerce Settings. Choose the tab for Shipping. Edit the shipping zone. Click on the Add Shipping Method button. Select the plugin and click Continue. Enable the plugin for the shipping zone. Now, enter the shipping parameters for a product. Using the WordPress admin menu, hover over Products and select All Products. Choose to edit a product from your catalog. Scroll down and access its shipping settings. Enter a weight, Set the shipping class to LTL freight and select a freight classification. Click the Update button. View the product on the front end of the website. Add the product to the cart, proceed to the checkout page, and enter a commercial address for the ship-to address. The reason for a commercial address will be evident later in the video. The plugin will return rates for LTL freight. Due to the settings on the Quote Settings page, there are options for standard LTL freight to a commercial address, and 2 options that include liftgate delivery. Now we'll extend the plugin's functionality by installing the popular Residential Address Detection add-on plugin. The Residential Address Detection plugin verifies the type of address used for the ship-to address and includes it when requesting shipping rates from the carrier. If the address is residential, the carrier will include its fees related to residential delivery in the rate responses. There is a nominal cost associated with using the Residential Address Detection plugin. However, the return on investment is substantial. For example, the cost of using the Residential Address Detection add-on ranges from 1 to 5 cents per verified address, depending on the selected plan. Meanwhile, the charges to ship LTL freight to a residential address will include additional fees for residential delivery and liftgate delivery. Combined, these fees amount to more than $100. Correctly identifying a residential address just once pays for the use of the Residential Address Detection plugin for years. When the Residential Address Detection add-on is not used, the plugin will always identify the address as commercial or always as residential, depending on the choice made on the Quote Settings page. To install the Residential Address Detection add-on, go to Eniture.com, hover over Products, and pick WooCommerce from the list. Click on its product tile, which will be located near the bottom of the page. Click on the Download button. Use the WordPress admin menu to navigate to Plugins, Add Plugin. Click the Upload Plugin button, navigate to the downloaded installation file, and install it. After it's installed, click its Activate link. Navigate to the plugin's Quote Settings page. In the Auto Detect Residential Addresses section, pick a plan and default unconfirmed addresses to residential. Remain on the Quote Settings page, scroll to the Liftgate settings, and enable the checkbox. Always include liftgate delivery for residential addresses. This will ensure that you aren't stuck with unexpected residential and liftgate delivery fees because a visitor with a residential ship-to address rationalizes not paying for these services because of a home office. Click Save Changes at the bottom of the page. Now, return to the checkout page with the contents of the cart the same as before and replace the commercial address with a residential address. This time, the only rate offered includes both the residential and liftgate delivery fees. This concludes the setup tutorial and a demonstration of LTL freight quotes appearing on the WooCommerce checkout page. Install the plugin and use the user's guide to implement it on your store.